Right. Hi guys, it is me, April.
And me, Jordan.
And today we are doing Marvel Talk Tuesday. So what that is, if you are new here, we are trying to come up with a definitive, concise, agreeable list of the order from best to worst in all 22 of the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's proving harder than we thought it was going to be when we took this on.
Yes, we have so far agreed on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, and they're not all. We have 17 through 22 we agree on.
Mm-hmm.
So since we last talked to you guys, it'll be 2 weeks ago by the time this airs. We have agreed that Winter Soldier can go in slot number 18. So today we are arguing number 16. Who deserves a 16 spot?
Mm-hmm.
I am going to be arguing that Ant-Man. I missed my thumb completely. Did you see that? Ant-Man deserves to be there, and you.
I'm going to be arguing that Doctor Strange belongs in spot number 16.
See, and both of us on our individual lists have both those movies much higher.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're trying to pull it down. Oh, do you want to go first? Why do you think Doctor Strange deserves the 16 spot? Good, the bad, the ugly. So, just a quick disclaimer as I keep rambling. I'm not going to, I don't believe. I don't think you are either. Going to be talking about much about like the cinematic, the great CGI, because I think we both agree that most of these Marvel films, besides the last bottom few, have that. Have the great writing, have the great CGI, have the great cinematicness that draws you in.
One of my points for this movie is that's one of the pros that I think there is to Doctor Strange, is that the CGI is fantastic. I think we're even comparing it to a lot of the others, which are great. I just think the way that they interpret the multiverse and everything is really well done in this. I guess where I'm going to start with is that something I've been having a hard time with deciding this is that, like I said it in the last video, they're all good, and it's like splitting hairs, trying to figure out what's good and bad about some of these movies. And I feel that it's very likely that some of these opinions could change the more you watch them, because you're going to pick up on more things here and there, and maybe
I'm making you rewatch Infinity War.
It's true. She's rewatching Ant-Man.
Anyways.
So I think one of the things that I don't like about Doctor Strange is, obviously he's a very talented individual, being the incredible neurosurgeon that he was before he got into this position after the car accident. But I don't know, do we know the exact timetable from the time that because I was doing some digging and didn't quite get there for how far, the time passes in the movie, but it doesn't seem like very much.
Between his car accident and when
No, from when he starts his training to when he ends his training.
Yeah, it doesn't exactly say how long it takes him, from the point of battling whatever the the big monster in the sky. I don't remember what it's called, because he's still kind of a novice, is what I gather from that. That's kind of his coming of age-ness, he defeats that thing.
So I know obviously you can only fit so much in a 2-hour movie, and fitting it into the rest of the universe, the multiverse is a thing too, having to fit in that timetable. But it just seemed like such a short time frame from the time that he began his training to the time that he, I'm not saying that he mastered it, because he only knows his select things. He's definitely not the Ancient One, but
I always want to do that when I say, wait.
The Ancient One. It just seemed to me, I've only seen it once, that the timetable from which he began learning to the time that he began, fighting people was, it was short. It was short, and definitely, his beginning fight with Caecilius and all that was, is interesting to say the least. He definitely didn't have it all together then, but just definitely seemed like a short, odd time frame. And my other point that I think draws it back down here is that Caecilius is a pretty kind of generic villain, just wants to take over everything. My pros for this, thanks for the suggestion, was kind of like I talked starting this, was the excellent graphics about the multiverse, and I really enjoyed, as they're opening the portals and doing all that. It's really visually pleasing. And the ending with Thor, leading in Ragnarok.
The after credits. He likes the after credit little scene. That is in Ragnarok.
Yes, but just tying it together like that, I don't know, I really like that.
I do. That's part of my favorites of some of these movies is when they tie with others because it, reminds you that they're all connected.
Mm-hmm.
But why I think Doctor Strange should be higher than 16 is because it's the only movie that deals directly. He's got the stone, the green one.
Sure.
What is that?
Reality?
I think it's reality. See, I told you last movie I was going to memorize. Time.
Duh.
The time stone. That's how he keeps repeating and coming back to the demon.
Word.
Yeah. And I don't know, I like Doctor Strange's humor.
He's like Tony Stark in some ways.
I like Tony Stark.
But he's not Tony Stark.
He's not Tony Stark. You like Tony Stark. But that's my bigger reason why it should be higher than 16. That's my number one. I don't know that I have more than that one. I think it's an important one. And that he's funny.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I really like that scene where he's fighting that guy and he just keeps coming back. He literally annoyed the villain into giving up. Yeah. That's something I would do.
His cape's cool too. His cape
is cool. So I'm going to talk about why I think Ant-Man should be in the 16th spot. So my cons, I think the origin story is lacking for me. He kind of just stumbles upon this suit and Harry Pym and the whole thing. He goes to break into the house because his friend's girlfriend cleans his house and says he's got this big vault. Remember? Mm-hmm. He's not a superhero. He just stole a suit. I literally just wrote Ant-Man for my second point. My second point is Ant-Man.
What are you even talking about here?
Original story lacking for me. Literally, my second point just says Ant-Man. Obviously, didn't complete a thought. But my other comment, because I didn't write anything for the second one, is my favorite scenes involving Scott Lang are not in this movie. I like him. I like Ant-Man vs. Wasp better. I like the scene in Civil War where he's taken apart Iron Man's suit better, and then he grows big for the first time successfully in Civil War. I like his scene, the funny scene in Infinity War. I believe it's Infinity War. No, it's Endgame. Where he's getting tacos, and then they just take his tacos, and then Hulk comes and sits next to sad Scott Lang and gives him more tacos. And I think that he's a major part in why they succeed in Endgame. But that's not Ant-Man. That's not this movie. So that's why I think it should be in 16. There are some pros to this movie. I do like the father and daughter relationship. I do like Harry Pym. I think he's funny.
Isn't it Hank Pym?
Is it Hank? Have I been calling him the wrong name? Oh my god, it's Hank, not Harry. Who's Harry? Harry Potter? I don't know. My other pro, I do think Hank is funny. But he's... Hank.
He's Henry.
Henry? Or am I saying Hank? What's his name? Hank or Henry?
He goes by Hank.
Okay, thank you. I think Dr. Pym. Oh, he's called now.
There you go. Pymtech.
Yeah. I think he's funny. And my other pro is it introduces the quantum realm into the whole universe. At the end. It doesn't talk about a whole lot in the first one. It talks about a lot more in the second one. Obviously, because they go back and find their mother in the quantum realm.
Yeah, but he found it in the first one.
But he found it in the first one.
Hank knew it existed.
Yeah, he knew it existed, but it kind of was confirmed that it existed in the first one. So those are my pros. But I just think that my cons outweigh my pros. Like I said, this movie's okay. It introduces some things, but I don't like the lack of origin story. And the best scenes involving him are not in this movie. Bam. Anything to add on why you think it should be higher?
Well, you know me and technology, and I enjoy Pymtech and being able to shred
That's really your normal...
Dude, I love it. I don't know why. I think that's cool. You know, it's the same reason that I really like Iron Man is the tech aspect of it. Obviously, Scott didn't come across it himself, but I still enjoy that aspect of it. And like she said, the father-daughter relationship means a lot to me. I'm a dad of daughters. I got like a soft spot for characters who have daughters. I don't know. I do though. So, yeah.
Yeah, but my argument was better. Alright, so we talked a little bit off screen to see if we could we talked a little bit off screen to see if we could decide or if we were going to have to argue this out and have you guys help us out in the comments. However, we did come to do everything with a D is going to be double. We did come to a decision that Ant-Man is going to go in the 16th spot. So I won this one, but we did agree that Doctor Strange can be 15.
Yeah.
So, Doctor Strange. So in next week's Marvel Talk Tuesday, we are going to be arguing number 14. The moment. Our number 14. What is on your list for number 14?
I'm all messed up. Black Panther.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not right. I have Ragnarok, which isn't right.
That's not right
either. So I will have to come up with a new movie that I think is going to be number 14, which off the top of my head, check back next week. I'm going to say 14 is going to be Civil War. I rewatched it. I didn't like it as much as I did the first time. I just don't like Captain America as much as in that one. I don't hate Captain America. Just yeah.
Okay. That sounds good.
That sounds good to me.
Okay.
All right. See you guys Thursday for a video. See you guys next Tuesday for another Marvel Talk Tuesday. Bye.